So your goal is to be able to do the handstand. Well, in this video, I'm going to break it down how you can learn it too. Before I begin, let me break down the theory of hand balancing. Balancing on your hands is like balancing on your feet. Imagine I'm standing tall, which is what I'm doing right now. If I'm falling forward, where am I shifting my body weight? To my toes to counterbalance. And if I'm falling back, what do? I shift my weight back to the heels to stay upright. Forward, back. The same applies when you're holding the handstand. So if hypothetically you're going to jump into the handstand, and if you're going to fall forward that way, you're going to grip down into the fingertips and use them as the brake to stop yourself from falling over. Whereas if you're falling backwards, then you press down with the palms of your hands. So I'm just good for context. I'm kicking up. Okay, great. I'm falling forward, I'm gripping down, and then I'm falling back, I'm gripping down with the palms of my hands to counterbalance. So let's try out the first progression, which is called the frog stand. The frog stand is the first level handstand progression that's going to teach you how to use your hands to balance. And it's a bit less scary because if you fall, it's not going to be as bad as falling from being in a handstand. So we are going to get into the position by placing our hands about shoulder width apart, spread our fingertips nice and wide to create extra surface area, and then I'm going to create a claw grip. So I'm pulling my fingertips back to create this claw grip. I'm going to strap my knees in between my elbows. I'm going to bend my elbows, bring my nose close towards the ground, lift one foot off, and then I'm going to follow by the other, and I'm just going to force this hold. And you'll notice that in my hands, I'm either shifting my weight to my fingertips or to the palms of my hands to counterbalance. So your weight is always going to be shifting either forward or back. So it's your hands' job is to be able to correct your body so that way you don't either fall forward or fall back. Let's show you from this angle. Frog, boom, lean, 1 foot off, and we're going to try to hold this for 10 to 20 seconds for 3 sets. So this is a great way to start off your handstand training to really fire up your nervous system to build up that mind and muscle connection. So once you've done 3 sets of this, follow me to the next exercise. The next drill is called the chest to wall handstand, and we're going to get into a 45-degree hold just to familiarize ourselves with being upside down. So place your hands on the ground, feet against the wall, and we're going to walk both our hands and feet back up until we're comfortable. So this is about 45 degrees, and notice how I'm going to push through my shoulders, tuck my ears in between my shoulders, squeeze my bum, squeeze my glutes, and really look at my hands at the point in between my hands, which is here. I'm going to hold this for about 10 to 20 seconds for 5 sets, and then to come down, you simply walk down, twist yourself to your dominant side, let your opposite hand come up, and then you land safely, bending your knees to cushion the landing. And if you found that the 45 degrees hold was quite simple, starting here, then we just walk a little bit closer back whilst keeping a core tight, glutes tight. Push through the shoulders, look in between your hands. We never look towards the wall like this because it might create a false sense of impression. And then if you were to do a handstand, you just fall down because you're looking this way. Try to always have the center of mass literally direct in between your hands. And the goal is to have your shoulders to be, your hips to be stacked on top of your shoulders and wrist here. After you got comfortable with that, holding it between 20 to 30 seconds for 5 sets, then we're going to move on to the chest to wall single leg. And this is going to be a little bit more challenging because now you're going to be supporting yourself with having 1 foot against the wall. So let's get into the chest to wall handstand position. Walk your hands and feet back until your hips are stacked on top of your shoulders and wrists. Point my toes, core tight, glutes tight. I'm going to bring one leg away and I'm going to hold this for about 20 seconds. 10 to 20 seconds is a good mark. And I try not to bring my legs too far forward because it's going to throw me off. So I try to keep everything in line with my shoulders and wrists, and then I'm going to switch. Hold this for another 10 seconds and then come down. Take a few steps, jump to the side and down. Always breathe as well. It's very important that you're always inhaling through your nose, exhaling out of your mouth to keep yourself calm and keep the blood flowing so that way you can focus for a longer period of time without getting out of breath. The key is to actually breathe in the handstand. And once you can hold the chest to wall single leg hold for 10 seconds on both legs, working on both legs in a single set for 5 sets. Then you can move on to the next progression, which is called the chest to wall flutter kick. So now we're going to be creating a flutter motion with our feet to push both of our feet away from the wall, and we're going to get that floating feeling. So the key for this is to focus on gripping down into the ground with your fingertips to stop yourself from falling forward. So let's get into the position. Remember, hips stacked on top of your shoulders and wrists. Push through your shoulders, look in between your hands, 1 foot away, and then I'm going to start off by just alternating. So left feet back, right feet forward, right feet back, left feet forward. Get used to doing about 10 flutter. If that's too easy, then we're going to make it so that 1 foot touches the wall at a single time. You can go for about 10 to 20 seconds. And then once that gets too easy, we're going to force a hold after 10 flutters. Gripping down and hold, reset if you need to, and forcing the hold. Now it's time for the final progression before the big boss, the chest to wall single leg taps. This is going to force you to actually get the hold, and you're going to work towards holding this for 5 to 10 seconds first before actually trying the handstand attempt. So let's get into the chest to wall. So I'm going to bring one leg away from the wall. I like to go with my left feet, and then I'm going to keep my legs straight. I don't bring my feet too far forward or too far back. Enough so that it's in line with my hips, shoulders and wrists. And then I'm going to tap off with my other leg. I'm going to go for about 5 taps, 5 to 8, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to force the hold. You may just initially hold it for a few seconds and then come back and you're like, whoa! So just keep going. So tap, tap, hold, tap, tap, hold, and then just shift your weight into your fingertips to stop yourself from falling over. Once you've got your first 8 to 10 seconds from the chest to wall single leg taps, then you have the ability to be able to now practice it on the floor. So make sure you get that previous progression for around 3 sets in a single session to really get that foundation going, and then you'll be able to start doing your handstand attempt hold. So initially you're gonna fall a lot, but this is what we want, because imagine, it's unlikely that you're going to be able to hold it first time. You're going to probably fall to the side. And the analogy that I like to tell all my clients is that it's like riding a bike for the first time. Right? You get on a bike, you pedal a bit, you crash, boom. Okay, cool. What's next? You deal with it. And your body's able to develop this body awareness to prevent yourself and stabilize yourself and prevent yourself from falling and hurting yourself when you're riding a bike for the first time. So the same applies for the handstand. So there may be some times when you just, whoa, fall. There may be some times when you hurt yourself, but you know how to fall because you just dismount to the side. So don't be afraid to fall too far forward. Don't be afraid to not be able to kick up enough. The more you practice, the better you'll get. So the key is to grip down into your fingertips as you kick up. So remember the claw grip, hands on the ground, shoulders width apart. Spread your fingertips wide, pull your fingertips back, shoulders stacked on top of your wrists. Flex your triceps so that your arms are fully locked out. As I kick up, I'm going to bring my feet together in the middle, and then I'm going to grip down to the ground, and then I'm going to force this hold. There may be some times when you hold, and then you hold for a few seconds, and you come down. So you're going to have to always look back. Film yourself. See, sometimes you may be under kicking or over kicking. So try to time it, give it time. Usually for someone to get a handstand from zero with me, it takes around about 3 months. So 12 weeks in total. So we go through all these progressions that I've shown you, but more in a progressive approach and a more detailed and really one-to-one level. Okay, so that is it for this video, guys. I hope you found value from this. If you do like it, please give us a thumbs up, comment down below what you think about this video. Any feedback would be highly appreciated. So that is it for this video. If you'd like to be personally coached by me, I'll leave a link to my website where you can see all the different packages that I have down below in the bio. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next video.